Hola, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Oscar, hola Janina,
Hola.
hola, hola Vicky, hola
Hola.
Bobby. Ay, qué dedicados en clase el primero del año. How dedicated in class on New Year's Day.
Okay. Ah,
Mu- Muy
no
dedicados,
problem.
no problema. ¿Cómo
Super.
están? How's it going?
Bien.
Un buen comienzo al año. Good start to the year. ¿Sí? ¿Alguien celebró ayer? Did anybody celebrate yesterday? No.
Not
Did
really.
anybody? Not really. ¿Dormieron
Duerme,
antes de las 12?
duerme.
You slept,
Mm.
did you sleep before midnight? Antes de las
Sí,
doce.
sí. I woke up at midnight.
Okay, okay. Bueno, buena manera de celebrar. Good way to celebrate. Seba, how about you?
Uh, yeah, we met with friends in Seattle, and we were planning to watch the fireworks or the show. It didn't happen. The
Oh,
fog, the fog.
Oh, the fog.
oh, por la niebla. La niebla for the fog. Okay. Yeah, I didn't
Wow, I
actually
was in
see.
Seattle and I heard so many fireworks, like big ones, not just like in the neighborhood. So maybe it was a different place. Yeah.
Mm.
Seba,
Oh,
were you
there
saying
were,
that?
there were. We just couldn't see them from the place where
Oh,
we.
oh, oh, I see.
Okay, so Seba es el party animal, animal de
Yeah.
fiesta del grupo. Bien. Pues yo estoy aquí en Madrid. Trato de
Mm.
hablar bajito. I'm trying to speak a little quietly. I'm staying with my friend here, and aquí son bueno, es la 1 de la mañana. Here it's 1 in the morning. So I'm gonna try not to be too loud. Um, it wasn't too bad staying up too late for this class though, because I've never really gotten over the jet lag since I got here, and I'm still pretty much on Washington time, especially since we celebrated here yesterday. Les conté la tradición española del Año Nuevo. Did I tell you about the Spanish New Year's tradition and what you do?
Mm-mm.
Okay, okay, les cuento. I'll tell you a bit.
Is
So,
it the one with grapes?
sí, sí. Creo que se popularizó. I think it kind of made its way, at least in name,
Ecuador.
to the US. But the countdown to New Year's, la cuenta atrás, I'll write that in the chat, la cuenta atrás, the countdown, empieza 12 segundos antes de las 12. 12 seconds before 12. 12 seconds to midnight. The countdown starts. Y hay un sonido, puede ser una campana. There's a sound, usually like a bell, that counts down 12, 11, 10, etc. 12, 11, 10. Um, y la tradición es comer una uva cada segundo. So eat one grape per second as you count down. You end up kind of like a hamster. Cada uva, Wendy las tiene, muy bien. Cada uva representa un mes del año. ¿Cierto? Each grape represents a month of the year, and if you manage to eat them all at the correct timing, it's good luck for the year to come. Yeah, Vicky dices que Ecuador es igual. Ecuador is the same. A lot of countries in Latin America do the same tradition. It's fun. You want to get seedless grapes, make sure you don't choke. Um, Así que eso lo hicimos ayer. We did that yesterday, although we had the timing a little bit off. So I plan to show you all the video with myself and my friends doing the tradition, but it's kind of just a bunch of people standing around going, ¿Ya empezamos? Did we start now? So fallamos un poquito. We kind of failed with that. But Madrid está completamente llena de gente estos días. So Madrid is totally packed with people these days, totally. Um, with locals, with local tourists, so like domestic tourists coming from other cities, and with tourists coming from other countries. Madrid is really good about putting up lots of lights for Christmas. You have Christmas time, and you also have El Día de los Reyes Magos, the Three Kings Day, which we'll be talking about today, that also causes a lot of festivities, but also a lot of crowds, a lot of crowds. So, um, mis amigos que viven aquí, my friends that live here, están un poco cansados de toda la gente. They're a little bit tired of all the people clogging up the streets, but as a tourist, it's a good time. So, yeah, sacaré más fotos estos días. I'll take more pictures for you and such this week. But would anybody like to talk more about anything they did for New Year's or for Christmas esta semana? Nada interesante, Vicky?
Uh,
Oh, Bobby, go ahead. I'll get
oh,
you after
sorry.
bit. Then Vicky, go ahead, Bobby. We'll go in line here.
So I went to visit with my wife's family in Puerto
Ah,
Vallarta.
cierto.
So that was really nice, but it was funny because one of her uncles is dating a white guy and he is not in Spanish classes. So it was funny to have all the family kind of give him crap for not being in Spanish class while I got kudos for being here. So
Brava. It's nice to feel like la especial, right? The special one. You pass you passed the test on that one. Did you feel like you could read more local signage or maybe pick up on any more words while you were there?
yeah, yeah, like especially with like the ordering on like the menus and everything, like realizing like being able to actually kind of read the menus a little bit without having to like immediately like turn to like where's the English menu.
Ujú, ujú,
Um,
excelente. Súper,
yeah.
súper. ¿Y pasaste tiempo en la playa? Did you go to the beach?
Yes, a
Okay.
lot. Pretty much every day. It was great.
Qué buena manera de pasar las Navidades. What a great way to spend Christmas time. That's awesome.
Yeah, cannot complain.
Ah, genial. ¿Y tú, Vicky?
I'm just traveling in barco. I'm going to Cozumel, Costa Maya, Belize, and Honduras next week.
Wow, felicidades. ¿Cuánto tiempo? How long will you be traveling? ¿Es un crucero? Is it a
Una
cruise?
semana.
¿Una
Yes.
semana? Okay, excelente. El crucero is the word for
Crucero.
cruise. Crucero. El crucero. Um,
Solo.
Vas sola, muy bien. Sabes que yo soy fan de los viajes a solas. I'm a big solo travel fan. Lo apoyo. Definitely support that. Pero en un crucero vas a hacer amigos. You'll definitely make friends on a cruise, though. So nunca se
No
viaja
problem.
solo. You never really travel alone. But I love the initiative. Felicidades, Vicky. ¿Y pasaste una buena fiesta de Navidad? Did you have a good Christmas? ¿Viste a tu nieto?
Yep.
Did you see your grand?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
always forget. Grandson or granddaughter? I don't know why it slipped my
Grandson,
grandson.
Rafa.
Hmm.
Rafa.
So
They're
did you
here
get
right
a?
now, but
Okay.
Spanish is more important today.
Oh, y muchas gracias. Yeah, I appreciate you all being here today. I mean, I stayed up quite late for this one, so I'm glad to see it's not just me by myself. And Vicky, so it's baby's first Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Did he get very spoiled? Muy mimado?
Very spoiled. Regalo?
Yeah,
Presents?
so
I
yeah,
forget.
los regalos are gifts.
Regalo.
Ujú, me imagino,
Yeah.
me imagino.
Muy
Fantástico.
ropa.
Mucha ropa, yeah. Bueno, para
Mucha
un
ropa.
bebé, everyone loves to dress a baby, right? La ropa is clothes or clothing. Excelente. Y tú, Diana, dime que no estás conduciendo, que sea Estefanía. Tell me you're not driving. Tell me it's Estefanía or somebody
Yeah,
else.
Stephanie is driving. No worries. Yeah, we just got back from El Crucero también. We were actually also in Puerto Vallarta, but I did not see Bobby. Um, but we were in Puerto Vallarta, Cabo, y Mazatlan. And then we spent the last few days in LA visiting mi de familia de mi novia. And a lot of them speak Spanish. So that's been really fun.
Okay, genial. ¿Y qué opina su familia de tu español? What does her family think of your Spanish? Any compliments? Any critiques?
Uh, Laughed at me a couple times, but I think it was like a nice laugh.
Bien. Laughing with you, not at you.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, genial, genial. Yeah, I would say estaba conversando con la profe Débora. I was speaking with Profe Débora about this, and she said some of her students' updates were saying that they heard some people speaking Spanish in the grocery store or something, and that they could pick up on a few words. And we were just reiterating the fact that even if you don't know what somebody's saying, but you're starting to tell the difference when one word ends and another one begins, that's making progress too. So, estoy feliz de escuchar eso. I'm happy to hear that, Diana. Wow, a lot of you traveled to some warm places for Christmas this year.
Yeah, I ordered food for my aunt and my cousin, and I was really proud of myself because the guy
Yeah.
didn't know very much English. So I was like, yes, I can order food.
Muy bien, muy bien. La comida, the great unifier de los idiomas. ¿Alguien más? Anyone else? Sí, Janina.
I didn't travel to any place warm.
No, ¿y qué hiciste
Uh,
tú?
no, yeah. Here, Seattle.
Ujú.
Um, let's see. Today, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day was mañana? Yeah, mañana.
Eh, eh,
Um,
Wait, so do you mean mañana as in this morning?
oh no, yesterday.
Ayer. Ayer. Ajá.
Yeah. Ayer, the water taxi to Seattle from Vashon was free. And so we took advantage of that and walked around downtown and then came back home. And the lines to get onto the ferry and off the ferry were really long, so people were taking
Mm,
advantage of it.
okay. Yeah, qué buen plan. What a great plan. Actually,
Mm.
when my friends here in Spain came to visit in to Seattle, that was their favorite thing that we did. It's a great like local attraction, right? And I remember my friend Maria being really impressed by the wooden troll that they have um,
Oh,
down
yeah.
the trail at the lighthouse by the
Hmm.
Scandinavian artist who installs all of those trolls. But yeah, es una cosa especial que hacer en nuestra
Hey,
zona. Sí.
yeah, and since they upgraded the downtown pier walkway and that whole huge area, it's wonderful walking along the waterfront now.
Ah, cierto, cierto.
Mhm.
Yeah, I usually get onto Vashon from the Tacoma side, but I do like going down to the pier in Seattle. There's a lot of words for pier or like boardwalk, and it kind of depends on the country you're in. Um,
Mm.
in South America, like Colombia, for example, their word is malecón, but there's also like paseo marítimo, like the maritime passage. Like, it's one of
Mhm.
those ones that I recommend if you travel somewhere that has a boardwalk or a pier, you should find out what the local word for it is because it varies a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here it's the waterfront, I
Ah,
think.
creo
Does
que sí.
anybody live in Seattle and know that that's the term? The Seattle waterfront?
I'm not
No?
sure, but it sounds right.
Okay.
So it sounds about right. Okay. Well, Diana, you had a question for me that you sent over email. I'm not sure if you remember what it was, but I said, hey, can you ask this in class? It might be helpful. If you don't remember, I can pull up your email.
Yeah, I was talking to my sister who also is learning Spanish, and we were wondering why you estoy some things, but you tango other things. Uh, yeah, why do you have those two words when both of those are like things you have or feel or
Yeah,
are, etc.
buena pregunta. So, tener, the verb tener, means to have, usually. But unlike in English, it's used in a lot of expressional phrases as to be. So there's no like perfect explanation as to why you would say tengo frío or tengo calor, like I'm hot or I'm cold, versus estoy, and you can say it with estoy, but it doesn't sound natural. So just certain expressions prefer tener rather than estoy, and they still mean like to be. Like I am cold, I am hot, I'm fortunate, for example. And we'll do an entire class on the most common expressions that use tener for to be. Like you all might remember one that we've learned already. Does anybody know which expression I might be referring to with tengo? in English, we say I am this, but in Spanish, we say tengo, I have. It's a number. Por ejemplo,
A-
ten,
años.
eso, sí, años. So we say tengo, the number of years we have, our age. So tengo 29 años, años, which would be I have 29 years, for example. But in English, we would just translate that to I am 29. And Seba, you said one as well, hambre. Tengo hambre. Besides Seba, does anybody else in the class know what tengo hambre means?
Hungry?
I'm hungry. Yeah. So in English, we would say I am hungry, but in Spanish, it's I have hunger, although we would still translate that to I am hungry. And it's just a specific set of phrases that prefer tener, but there's no like particular reason why. It's just expressional. Any other questions that you've thought of in the últimas semanas that you've been wanting to ask? No? Okay. Anybody else want to share un poco de su semana? All right. Well, cool. I will bring up the plan para la clase de hoy. Um, I was expecting that quite a few people would be ocupados hoy, pretty busy today, being the New Year's Day. Um, so if you pulled up the class plan, you can see it has instructions for an independent lesson. So if you're watching this after class, you could follow through with us and do it that way, or you can just do it on your own. We are going to read it together en clase y les va a dar, it's going to give you una buena oportunidad para hablar en voz alta. It's going to give you a good chance to read out loud en voz alta. All right, I'm just going to start con un poco de contexto, with a little bit of context here. This infographic, esta imagen, pone el que regala regalos a los niños en Navidad o en Día de Reyes. So, who gives gifts to children in Christmas or King's Day? Who gives out the gifts to children? So, as you can see, si miramos España, if we look at Spain, tiene dos colores. It has two colors here. So we have eh, Día de Reyes and también Navidad. So we have King's Day and Christmas, and therefore the person who gives them the gifts are going to be both San Nicolás or Papá Noel, Santa, y los Reyes Magos, the three kings. So going back to a word we said just a couple of minutes ago to Vicky, you could say that los niños en España son mimados. They're a bit spoiled because they get two chances to get gifts from a gift-giving entity. So good for them. Also, para la cultura española en general, for Spanish culture in general, they definitely have a very extended holiday season because it doesn't end on New Year's. It actually ends on el 6 de enero. It ends on King's Day. So there's another hefty amount of days to celebrate and como mantener el espíritu de la Navidad um, vivo. So keeping Christmas spirit alive throughout the week. All right, so you might have read the title here. So it does have its Catholic roots, this holiday, the Epiphany. So I suppose the day that the wise men arrived, see El Niño Jesús, the baby Jesus, and por eso se celebra mucho en este país. That's why it's celebrated in this country. All right, so vamos a empezar con un poco de vocabulario. We're going to start with a little bit of vocab. Janina, te veo primero. I see you first on the screen. So would you like to read through our vocab list? And please also read the question here. So please just read the whole thing,
Oh,
both the Spanish and English that I have highlighted here.
okay. So, ¿cuál es la celebración y cuándo es?
Mhm.
What is the celebration and when is it?
Sí.
Terminan, they end. empieza. It begins.
Empieza, it begins.
Empieza. Okay. It begins. Los niños, children.
Mhm,
There is, there are.
mhm.
Cada año, every year.
Muy bien, excelente. Okay, so from this, you should also be able to gain a couple of the question words that are helpful in Spanish. So the first one we have here, we have cuál. Please repeat after me. Cuál, cuál. So
¿Cuál?
Qual.
cuál, yeah, if you learn cuál in like a high school Spanish class, they're going to tell you that cuál just means which. I would say that cuál will translate both to which or what, depending on the sentence. Generally, if you list the translation as which, you'll be successful most of the time, but as you can see in this example, it actually translates to what. And then we have another one here, cuando,
Oh,
cuando, and
Quando.
cuando, as you can see, means when. Cuando. Okay. All right. So Janina did the vocab. Vicky, would you like to read la primera frase aquí? Would you like to read the first sentence here?
Cuando terminan las fiestas de fin de año y empieza el
Empieza.
año. One more time.
Em, empieza. Empieza.
Empieza
Ujú.
el año nuevo. Hay un día muy importante para los niños.
Muy bien. Hay un día muy importante para los niños. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we'll have the person who read translate as well. So, Vicky, would you like to try to translate this section? We can help you if you need any help.
Okay. When the party ends,
Yep, exacto. Yeah,
when the
we kind of have to move
party
the syntax, the
begins.
order around. So when the parties of the end of the year end.
Oh,
So notice the verb goes first and then we get the detail. So when they end, the parties of the end of the year, and you had it right, and the new year begins.
hay un día muy, okay, so, and there is a day more important, not a day more important to the children.
Muy bien. So I, correct, is there is a R. So there is a day, muy importante. There is an important day para los niños. Genial. So yeah, um, when the year end parties end and the new year begins, there's a very important day for the children. Genial. Okay. Bien. Diana, would you like to read? It might be a little small if you're on your phone, so let me know if you'd like to pass. But if you want, you can read the next sentence.
Yeah, I got it. Um, Cada año el 6 de enero se celebra el Día de los Reyes Magos.
Muy bien. Se celebra el Día de los Reyes Magos.
Celebra.
Muy bien. Okay. ¿Y quieres traducir? Would you like to translate? Cada means each, but you know year,
Okay.
so go ahead.
Each year on January 6th, um, somebody celebrates the Day of the Three Kings.
Muy bien. And I like your translation as somebody celebrates because that's going in the right direction. Se celebra. If you ever see this se before a verb like celebrar, one of the possible meanings is that it's like a general thing. So if you see a sign that says se habla español, it's as if it's the passive voice in English. Spanish is spoken here. So se celebra means it is celebrated. So King's Day is celebrated generally by anyone, the 6th of January. Muy bien. Okay. Bobby, te veo siguiente. I see you next, Bobby. So would you like to do the question y las dos palabras de vocabulario?
¿Dónde se celebra? Where is it celebrated?
Ok, bien. ¿Y las palabras de vocabulario? ¿Vocabulario? Just
Uh,
these next one, you have these two with the bullet points.
oh,
hmm
yeah. Algunos and
Algunos.
algunos
hmm
and los peces.
Muy bien. So this is going to be países.
Países.
Países. Muy bien. So países are countries, and algunos means some. Um, so I think you should probably go ahead and read the next sentence since it's pretty short. So go ahead, Bobby, you can read the next one.
Esta tradici- tradi-
Tradición. Tradición.
tradición es súper grande en España, pero algunos de los o- otros países que celebran los Reyes Majos son Argentina,
Yep,
Mexico,
get that soft G when you have the E after it. So G, Argentina.
Argentina.
Yep, and you don't need the ñ sound on the N if it does not have the tilde. So it's Argentina. Argentina.
Argentina,
Muy bien, muy bien.
Mexico,
Perfecto.
República Dominica,
Re, we get that tilde on the República. Muy bien.
República Dominica,
Yep.
Puerto Rico, Paraguay y Uruguay.
Genial, excelente, great job. I'm going to show you a pronunciation trick with Paraguay y Uruguay. Now that I'm in Spain, I'm remembering some of the slang here. Every country has their own word for cool. In España, cool se dice así. You say it like this. Guay. Qué guay. So if you're saying something's nice, awesome, cool, you say qué guay, how cool. So if you have guay here, it's going to be pronounced the same in any other word. So this one is para
Para, para, Paraguay,
guay. Guay.
Guay,
So think of it
Guay,
like why, like the letter Y or the question why. Paraguay.
Paraguay,
Genial, muy bien. And Uruguay.
Uruguay,
Oh, I heard guay again. Say it like why. Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Eso es. That's it. Okay, good job. Muy bien. So we'll have you translate, and then I kind of want to go through and have everyone pronounce some of these words because they are good ones to know. So you can start translating from esta tradición.
The tradition is very grand or very big in Spain, um, but it is also celebrated in or other countries also celebrate Reyes uh, Majos,
Yeah,
and
the
then
Reyes
the
Magos,
countries.
we can say just the wise men or the three kings. Better than. So, I mean, technically it translates to the Magi kings, but we're referring to the three kings or
Okay,
whatever.
so just Three Kings Day.
Three
So
kings.
yeah, so also celebrate Three Kings Day, Argentina, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and
Paraguay.
then
Yeah, perfecto.
yeah,
Perfecto. Yeah, so let's all try it together. Your translation was great, Bobby. So everyone, please read with me. I'm going to start at this bullet point. The word for some, once again, we say algunos.
Algunos.
Algunos. Now, this functions kind of like an adjective. So depending on what you're describing, like some people, some cats, some countries, you need to change the ending to suit the gender. So when it's countries, that's masculine plural, algunos países. But if it were um, mugs, for example, like teacups, this is taza, which is feminine singular. I would say alguna taza, some mug or a mug. We also already know how to say some or a few because you can also just use the indefinite article un, una, unos, or unas. Okay. So I could say una taza or unas tazas, some mugs. Or if I want to use algunos instead, I can say algunas tazas, and that would translate the same, some or a few. Okay, and then for countries, we say los países.
Los países.
Los países. All right. Okay, and just for fun, let's do the countries. So repitan por favor. Argentina,
Argentina,
México,
México,
República Dominicana,
República Dominicana,
Puerto Rico,
Puerto Rico,
Paraguay y Uruguay.
Paraguay y Uruguay.
Yeah. Es muy buena para su pronunciación. It's really good for your all's present pronunciation to practice just different Spanish-speaking countries and saying it with Spanish pronunciation. Paraguay and Uruguay are really good ones to practice, especialmente Uruguay, especially Uruguay, because we have that U that's tricky, especially if you come from English, where we want to say you instead of u. So ooh is like you're seeing something magical or really cool to look at. Ooh, wow. So uru, and then as I told you, like the Spanish word for cool, we say guay, almost as if it was GW. Uruguay. Uruguay. Excelente. Gracias, Bobby. Ok, ¿quién más viene? Ahora te veo a ti, Scott. Scott, I see you now. So vas a hacer estas palabras de vocabulario y leer la frase hasta estrella. So do the vocab words and read until una estrella.
Okay. Los Reyes Magos, una estrella, el niño Jesús, los regalos. La tradición dice que los Reyes Magos son tres hombres. Ellos siguen una estrella.
Ok. Veo que tenemos que practicar nuestras G y diptongos. We'll need to practice our G diphthongs.
Mm.
So I'm just going to put that in the chat because if we have time at the end of class, I have a document for you because that is common. So this one here, GUE, that sounds just like gay. So siguen, siguen, siguen. But lo demás suena bien. The rest you said sounded perfect. Hasta estrella, even star. So Scott, ¿te gustaría tratar de traducir? Would you like to try to translate that sentence?
Um,
I'll
can
help you
try.
out here. Yeah. So I'm sure you can
Okay,
get
the
the first part.
tradition.
Dice means says.
Okay, says que so the three kings
Yep.
or the three hombres,
Yeah.
the
No,
three
perfecto.
men.
Yeah. La
Is that
tradición
okay, the tradition. So what was dice?
says. It says.
Says the tradition says that the three kings follow the star.
Bien.
They
Yeah.
follow the
Just
star. Yeah.
perfecto. Perfecto. Yeah. I think you skipped this part, but that's just son. They are. And ¿qué quiere decir tres hombres? What does that mean, tres hombres?
Three men.
Eso es. I'm sorry. My throat's getting a little dry here. So the tradition says that the three kings are three men. Son tres
Oh,
hombres. Mhm. And como lo dijiste, Scott, just like you said, ellos siguen, they follow una estrella, a star, una estrella. The specific Christmas star has a name in Spanish. It's called el lucerito, like I'm forgetting the name for the Christmas star in the sky. Is it the North Star? No me acuerdo de cuál es, but it's the bright one that they follow. They call it the lucerito. But
Think
just
that's
like
the Star of the East.
Star of the East. Okay. Se me olvidó su nombre. I forgot its name. But as Scott said, una estrella or la estrella is the general term for star. Estrella. Estrella. You can see it here. Okay. Buen trabajo. Well done. Buena pronunciación. Great pronunciation. Stanislava, Stacy, ¿te gustaría continuar desde estrella hasta cartas? From la estrella hasta las cartas.
La estrella los gui- guía, guía,
Guía. It's
guía,
all right.
okay.
I'll pull up that document for us today. It sounds like it'll help
Los
everyone.
guía hasta el niño Jesús.
Perfecto.
Los Reyes Magos ofrecen tres regalos: oro, incienso y mirra.
Ah, tú lo hiciste mejor que yo. You did it better than I do because you got incienso perfect, and that's a word that I can never say right. I always say incencio. So, buen trabajo. Nicely
Thank
done.
you.
And yeah, go ahead and read those two vocab words too.
Escriben
Hmm.
las cartas.
Genial.
Las cartas. Las cartas.
Great. So I think we just need this one. I'll say it again. Everyone repeat. Guía. Guía.
Guía.
And
Yeah.
you'll see this word. In this case, it's a guide. It's to it's he the star guides them. So it's a verb. The star guides them. But if you see guía as a noun, it means a guide. So for example, a tour guide is el guía turístico. El guía turístico. It's a good one to know. All right. And you want to traducir? Would you like to translate? I can help if needed.
Yeah. Star guides them
Mm-hmm.
to baby Jesus.
See,
The three kings
offer,
have
ofrecen means
yes,
they offer.
offer three regalos.
Yep. Regalos we have here in the vocabulario
Oh
quiere
yeah,
decir, mhm,
gifts. Oro, incienso, y mirra. That's what free gifts are, but I
yeah.
don't.
No, it's all right. These are new ones. I believe I kind of forgot to specify these terms. So oro, we should all highlight. This is a good one to know. Anybody know the term oro?
Gold.
Gold.
Must be
Yeah.
gold. Yeah.
Oro is gold.
Mm.
Muy bien. Anybody know the term for silver? I'll show you here then. So el oro is gold and la plata is silver. Okay. Um, in Latin America, instead of hearing the term dinero for money, you'll often hear plata instead, like necesito plata, which would mean I need money, but technically it's the word for silver. And the historic roots of this make a lot of sense. Um, but yeah, those are the two words, oro y plata. Um, I'm going to pause the class for a second to show you a joke that has to do with oro, because you've learned one Spanish dad joke from me. You're going to get another one. Janina, do you have a question first?
Just real quick,
Hmm.
ofrecien. What does that mean?
Ofrecen. It means
Ofrecen.
they offer. They
Oh, they
offer.
offer. Thank you.
Ofrecen. Okay, I'm going to write it here. We'll see if any of you can get this. So this is the riddle. It's uh, oro no es, plata no es. And then, ¿qué es? ¿Qué es? So it says, gold it is not, silver it is not. What is it? Any guesses? Oro no es, plata no es. It has to do with what it sounds like when you say it. Oro no es, plata no es. ¿Qué es? Okay, I'll tell you the answer. La respuesta es plátano. ¿Qué quiere decir plátano?
Banana.
Banana.
Banana. Banana.
Banana. It's a banana. And you know why? Because if you hear it out loud, it's oro no es, it's not gold. Plátano es. Plátano es.
Platinum.
Because in español, the verb can go after the noun in this sense. So if I say plátano es, that translates to it's a banana. So it's not gold, it's a banana. What is it? Pues un plátano. Plátano. So más un acertijo, more like a riddle than a joke, but it's so silly and kind of dumb that I consider it a silly joke. Okay, muy bien. Perdónenme, I do need to see, for some reason my laptop isn't charging and it's about to die. So denme un segundo. Please just give me a second. I'm gonna fiddle with the enchufe, the ¿cómo es en inglés? Why am I forgetting my English? The plug. You can go ahead and read ahead a little bit. I'm just right here. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have gold, silver. Incienso is a funny one because it can translate to incense, like it sounds like, but in this case, it's frankincense. Frankincense is el incienso. And mira is myrrh. I'm not really even going to bother writing that down because I really don't think it's going to be useful to you in your life to know myrrh. I'm not even sure I know what it is. So vamos a continuar. Okay. Um, ¿Quién sigue? Creo que le toca a Wendy. Wendy, so ¿quieres leer estas dos frases? Would you like to read these two sentences here, starting with cada año?
Cada año, antes de, sorry,
Está bien. You just came back from vacations, all of us did. So del 6 de
seis.
enero. Mhm.
Antes del 6 de enero, los niños escriben cartas. En las cartas, los niños hablan de su comportamiento.
Excelente, Wendy. Okay, quiero que todos se fijen en lo que dijo Wendy. I want everyone to pay attention to what Wendy said, or like how she said it. That's the way you want to work out a long word like this. Just take it slow, just like they teach you when you're a kid learning to read. Comportamiento. Wendy said that perfectly. So, buen trabajo. Well done. Would you like to tratar de traducir? Would you like to translate estas dos frases?
Uh, every year on the 6th of January, the children, what was it, screaming? Write
Right.
letter.
Hmm.
In the letters, the children, hablan de su comportamiento.
That's a hard one. I didn't give you the vocab for this one. So, hablan means they talk. They talk. So they talk about su comportamiento. Comportamiento is the word for behavior.
Oh, they talk about their
Behavior.
behavior.
Yep, they talk about their behavior. So, ¿qué iba a decir? What was I going to say here? The one thing that was kind of important that we should know, it's antes means before. So each year before January 6th, the kids or children write letters. In the letters, the children talk about their behavior. So they have to make a case for themselves, ¿cierto? I have a couple of vocab points here. Portarse bien is to behave well. So you can see comportamiento and portarse. You can kind of see the similarities in those terms. And Wendy, why don't you go ahead and just read this last sentence here too?
También piden los regalos que quieren recibir.
Muy bien. Okay. So do you know the meaning of también?
Oh, I knew it. To ask.
It's more of a connecting word, también. Anybody want to help Wendy?
Oh,
Also,
Yeah, also, también. I would star that word there. También means also. So let's give a real life example so you'll remember. Let's imagine we're eating at a restaurant and we just ordered our tacos. You would probably say, y una cerveza también. Y una cerveza también. And a beer as well, or also, and also a beer. Una cerveza también. Or let's say we order chips y salsa también. And also salsa. Y salsa también. Although here I am getting distracted by myself again, but salsa in Spanish is actually the term for sauce. So if you're at a Mexican restaurant, they'll understand that you mean salsa as in like pico de gallo or something, but don't let that confuse you in another type of restaurant or in like Spain or other countries because salsa just means sauce, sauce. So it could be even ketchup could be salsa. All right.
Could you use también before or after salsa? So también salsa or samba or salsa también.
See, you can use it wherever you like.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, and Seba, you put this in the chat, which makes sense. Seba put the translation for también as two, which kind of answers your question as well, Scott. If you translate it as two, you can put it as after, y salsa también, salsa two, or también salsa, which would be also salsa. All right, and back to you, Wendy. So you have también piden, they also ask for, and then how would you translate los regalos?
The gifts.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and this next one, these are verbs, so we haven't looked at verbs yet. I'll help you out here. Que quieren, that they want to recibir. That's a cognate, that they want to receive. Que quieren recibir. Okay, so if you see this term or anything that looks similar to it, the verb is querer, which in most cases means to want. To want. In the yo form, it is quiero. Quiero means I want. Some of you who have Spanish-speaking family members or just more experience having heard it before, you would also know the term te quiero. That translates as I love you. But most of the time, quiero means to want. So it reminds me of when I was a child, I had a stuffed Chihuahua toy. I think it was a from a gift box at Taco Bell, and I would press the button, and he would always say, "Yo quiero Taco Bell," and then I never forgot how to say, "I want," whatever it is I'm asking for. So quiero, quiero. They have a question in the chat. Taco Bell commercials. Let's see. Okay, le toca a Seba. It's Seba's turn. Gracias, Wendy. Buen trabajo. Seba, go ahead. You'll start with the vocab portarse bien again, and you'll end with carbón.
Portarse bien, el carbón. Los niños creen que es importante portarse bien. Si el niño se porta bien, recibe un bien regalo. Si se porta mal, puede recibir carbón.
Bien. And then this is un buen regalo. Un buen regalo. Okay, so ¿quieres traducir? Would you like to translate? And notice there I said quieres. That would be do you want? ¿Quieres traducir? Do you want to translate?
Sí. Um, so, kids, what is creen?
Creen, nice. That's a verb, so that is believe.
Oh, kids don't believe portarse bien, that it's important to behave well.
Hmm.
Si el niño se porta bien.
So what you're seeing
So
here, we haven't
you
done
could,
verbs yet, but this is what we call an infinitive verb or a base verb, portar. If the verb ends in an R, which technically it does, ignore this say for now, we'll get into that much later on. But portar, that's general, to behave. And then here, se porta, this is a conjugated verb, meaning that it's
that's
specific.
returning verb. So it's
Yeah,
something they do, something they
yeah,
do.
you're also right about the reflexive verb. That's totally correct. That's even more advanced. I was just going to say that this is a conjugated verb, meaning that it's specific to a subject. So he, she, they, etc. Behaves well. So si el niño se porta bien, si the child behaves well.
So if they behave well, they receive хороший, Russian all of a sudden, a good gift.
Perfecto.
So it's important. And if they behave bad, puede, let's see, carbón.
Yeah, so
Oh,
puede means,
they receive a call.
yeah. So puede, this is, um, we're going to just do he receives because it is gendered here. So he receives, and like you said, oh, sorry, puede. I wrote this wrong. Puede means he can. He can receive coal. Exacto. And nice job, Seva, because you use the proper form of C. Last time in class, we learned that C with a tilde, with an accent mark, means if, and C without a tilde, without an accent mark, means, oh, I've got this the other way around. Perdón, excuse me. C with a tilde means yes. Okay, so I just do a movement to remember this. If I see C with a tilde, it's like checking it off the box. It's like saying yes, C. Okay? If you see C without a tilde, that means if. Okay? So I'll write that one more time in el chat. C con tilde is yes. C sin tilde is if. And this starting to sound kind of familiar to other traditions around the world, right? And I noticed, Seva, you also said that you celebrate Christmas on the 6th. Okay, muy bien. Is the name of it called something like the Epiphany as well? Or does it?
No,
No?
I think it's the whole point between Orthodox. That's why they are Orthodox because they use old calendar and in older times it was when the Christmas was, and then the old New Year was on January 13th, if you believe
Ah,
it.
okay.
But
Yeah.
then they moved it back, and that's Catholic and Orthodox, they divided.
Aha, okay. Qué interesante. Yeah, you can learn a lot, even starting with the language about la historia. Por eso es tan fascinante. It's so fascinating. Buen trabajo, nicely done. I'm sorry, I've gotten a little scrambled with my order. It's changed on Zoom. So, uh, Vicky, I think you are left to read.
Happy to read again. No
Oh, okay. Are we
problem.
back to you? Has anybody not read? ¿Alguien no ha leído? Okay, yeah, I guess it is back to you, Vicky. De vuelta a ti. Okay, you can start con el vocabulario.
Okay. Viajen el camello, camello,
Camello.
camello, los pueblos, las cabalgatas,
Ujú,
el oriente,
perfecto. Okay,
um,
and you can read the next sentence here.
los reyes magos viajen en camello, vienen del oriente,
Perfecto.
visitan, oh, okay.
Yeah, you keep going. That's fine.
Visitan muchos pueblos y ciudades. En las cabalgatas escuchan a los niños y reciben cartas.
Muy bien. Escuchan a los niños
Ah,
y
not a.
reciben cartas.
Ah,
Mhm. All right, so let's practice all together some of this vocab. So they travel, we say viajan,
viajan.
viajan. Camel, we got that eye in there, the double L, so it's el camello, el camello.
El camello.
Towns, we say los pueblos.
Los
Los
pueblos.
Pueblos.
Mhm. Parades, this can be different with country. You might also hear the term desfile, but in Spain they say las cabalgatas.
Cabalgatas.
Las cabalgatas.
Bien, yeah, that word comes from caballo, like riding on a horse. There used to be horses in parades. Well, sometimes there still are, cabalgatas. And one of the terms for the East. you can use el oriente. El
El
oriente.
Oriente.
Mhm. Okay, so Vicky, ¿puedes traducir? Can you translate?
The three kings travel by camel,
Mhm.
some to the
Vienen,
east.
yeah, vienen
Yeah,
means they come.
they come from the east.
They come from the east.
And they visit many towns and cities.
Uh-huh.
And in the parade, they hear niños' letters, the
Yeah,
kids' letters.
they hear or they listen to the children or kids and they receive their letters so the children can actually pass them their letters in the parades if they happen upon them.
Oh,
Seba, you had your hand up. Did you have a pregunta?
Yes, about about towns and villages, because
Mm-hmm.
in the Quizlet, it's there's a question, what is a town and what is a village, and it's both of them like like un pueblo. I think there is another, isn't there another word for the village?
Sí, hay otra palabra. Gracias por clarificar eso. Thanks for clarifying that. So the reason in Quizlet, both village and town translates as pueblos is because esa es una posibilidad. That's a possibility. Um, for example, when I used to work in a school here in Spain, most families have extended family members that live out in the small towns or villages, and they call them pueblos. We would call them villages because they're so small. But if you really want to specify village rather than small town or small community, you can say la villa. La villa would be the other word for village specifically. So it's kind of like a square is a rectangle, a rectangle is not a square, or vice versa, or whatever it is. So pueblo and villa, or sorry, pueblo can be village or town, but villa is just village. Espero que eso tenga sentido. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so if you look at this on your own, you could go ahead and click here in Las Cabalgatas. I linked a video to what these parades look like. Spain's really good at doing parades. They're good at doing all kinds of free events for families. Actually, the other night we went by El Corte Inglés, which is just a big department store here, but they put on a whole spectacle of an animatronics show, and everybody shows up and sings the song and brings their kids and starts dancing. Actually, I have a video. Maybe it'll show up on the screen. Um, I haven't seen any of the cabalgatas yet. Adios, Diana. Any of the parades. But I'm sure we'll come upon them at some point. Okay, ¿dónde está? Where's this? Corte Inglés. I don't know if you can see the huge amount of people that come just to see the show, but everyone and their mother aparece, and they do this show like 5 times a night, and there's so many people. Hay tantas personas que tienen que bloquear ciertas calles. They have to block off certain streets because the passage of people just won't work with la cantidad de gente, the amount of people. So kind of what I was referring to, where um, not all the locals are fans because it disrupts daily life for them sometimes. Okay, let's keep going. We have a few more going slower than I expected. So no pasa nada, but we'll go to you, Scott. Do you want to start with La Noche?
Yep. La noche, los zapatos, el salón.
Hmm.
La noche del 5 de enero es especial. Los niños limpian sus zapatos, ponen los zapatos en el salón. Así los reyes saben dónde dejar los regalos. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Y hay un poco de vocabulario más avanzado. There's a little bit more advanced vocab, so I have some translations already on here. But if you want to go ahead and just start from la noche, I need to get myself some water. Estoy
The night
tomando.
of
Oh, perdón. I'm
the
just
night
gonna
of
say,
fifth. Oh, go
go for it.
ahead.
Sorry, I'm
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. The night of the 5th of January is special. The kids clean their shoes
Hmm.
and they put the shoes. Okay, salon.
Yeah, take a guess. It's a place in the house, so it's not
It's
salon.
probably it's probably by the door or something.
Uh-huh.
I don't
It's
know.
it's the
The
main
entry.
room in the house, el salón.
Oh, like the living room kind
The
of
living
thing.
room. Yeah, salón would be the
Okay,
living room.
salon. Okay. Okay.
And then you just have the translation here. As such, the king's
Oh,
nowhere
that's
to
it. Okay,
leave.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
As
All
such,
right.
the king's nowhere to leave the presents. Yeah, so kind of like using stockings, but instead of stockings, usan los zapatos. They use their shoes. Adiós, Vicky. Okay, bien. Janina, ¿quieres continuar con viajan y trabajan?
Okay. Viajan y trabajan el agua, la leche, el el turrón.
El
Okay.
turrón.
El turrón. Los reyes viajan mucho y trabajan mucho. Por eso las familias dejan agua, leche o turrón. Es para los reyes y para los camellos.
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 Camellos. Muy bien. Okay, let's see. You might have to do some guessing here, Janina, but creo en ti. I believe in you.
Okay.
Starting from Los Reyes.
Okay. The three kings travel a lot, viajan and work a lot.
Eso es.
Uh, por eso,
Por
for
eso,
that, for
yeah,
that,
yeah, for
yeah,
that. In English, we
yeah.
might say for that reason or for this reason, but we
Uh,
just say for that in Spanish. Por
uh,
eso.
por eso, the families leave out water, milk, and what is to run? Oh, nougat?
It's lo que se ve en la foto. It's what you can see there in the picture. It's delicious. It's
Oh,
es una
okay.
especialidad. It's a
Hmm,
specialty, or you could say una comida típica. That's a great
típica.
sentence for all of you to know. Una
Oh,
comida
mira, típica,
típica. Una
típica.
comida típica means a local. It doesn't, típica doesn't translate to local. It means typical, but it means a local or traditional dish.
Okay. Oh, okay. And the last line, es para los, and yes, it is with the three kings and the camels.
Close. Do you know
Is it
para?
for the three kings and for the camels?
Sí, exacto. So
Yeah.
it's for the kings and for the camels. Muy bien.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's do Seba otra vez, starting with disfrutan.
Disfrutan también. Um, en, en algunos países como México disfrutan también la rosca del Reyes, una tradición española que se disfruta con alotes, chocolate o café.
Muy bien. So this one gets a little
Mm,
bit more into the Mexican tradition. This word here, it shouldn't be alotes, it should be a atoles, I think. Um, I work in collaboration on this with Profe Deborah, who gives the Mexican side, and I don't have as much experience with, so I think it's atoles. Either way, atoles or alotes or whatever the term was is a Mexican drink, kind of a thick holiday drink. And then Rosca de Reyes is the Mexican version you can see here in the picture. In Spain, it's called the Roscón de Reyes, so very similar. I thought I had a picture on here, but I don't know where it went. I could just show you on the screen. It's the same thing, but kind of it's filled with cream. And if any of you are familiar with Mardi Gras, they also do a king cake tradition. It's all the same thing. It's a round pastry, and the tradition is you all cut into it and slice it up, and there's a tiny little baby Jesus inside, and depending on the culture, there's a reward or a repercussion. So some places the consequence is that you buy the roscon or the rosca for everyone the following year. And sometimes it's a good thing, like the Louisiana version is that you get to be the king of the day. So all of these come from the same tradition of the Roscón de Reyes de España. Um, Seba, I went into a little bit of detail here, but if you want to translate um, this sentence, go for it, starting with en algunos países.
Okay. I was looking for the algunos. Some countries
Mm-hmm.
like Mexico disfrutan they enjoy also la rosca de Reyes like Spanish tradition disfruta
Yeah, that is
enjoy con
enjoyed. Yeah, that
oh,
is
it's
enjoyed.
enjoyed with alotes or atoles, chocolate, and coffee.
Yeah, chocolate y café. I meant to double check this word alotes, atoles, because it tripped me up in my last class as well. Y se me olvidó. I forgot actualizarlo. I forgot um to update it. So if any of you have Mexican connections, I believe it's atole. Yeah, it is atole. I've never tried it, unfortunately, but it's kind of I believe, pre-Hispanic drink that's now enjoyed around the King's Day. So that's one of the Mexican traditions that Spain does not have. Um, I do want to try. Yo sí quiero probar algún día. All right, and no, faltan dos. So, Wendy, ¿quieres empezar con el Día de Reyes?
El Día de Reyes, la mañana. La mañana del 6 de enero, los niños se levantan temprano, buscan sus zapatos y los regalos,
Bien, bien.
ven que la comida ya no está. Esto significa que los reyes han venido.
Mhm. Excelente. So we have a few of these things translated here. Yo sí creo en ti también, Wendy. I also believe you can do it. So empieza ahí con la mañana. Go ahead and start with the morning of.
The morning of the 6th of January, the children get up early, levantan. They look for their shoes and the kings, they see the kings.
Los regalos. Anybody want to help
Oh,
with
presents.
regalo? Oh, you got it. Yeah, presents.
Presents. They see their shoes and presents.
Mhm.
Um, then the food.
Yeah, so they see that once again, let's talk about it. Que. It's kind of like what we said with C. There's two versions. So we have que and we have que. Que or que. Sounds the same out loud. With a tilde, does anybody know the meaning of que con tilde?
What?
Yeah, that's what.
What?
Um, and que sin tilde without a accent mark means that. So if you see a sentence like then they see que, it would mean they see that. They see that la comida. Ya, this one's a tough word. Ya. It can mean already or anymore in this case. So they can see that the food isn't there anymore. And what does this last one mean, Wendy? ¿Qué quiere decir?
I believe it means that it signifies that the kings have come.
Yep. This means, or it signifies that the kings have come. Okay, so sort of like Santa as well, except they get both. Okay, y la última frase, Stacy, ¿te gustaría? Would you like to?
Sí.
Dale, go for
Uh,
it.
el final de la Navidad, la ilusión termina. El Día de Reyes es un día de mucha ilusión. Después de este día, la Navidad termina.
Ujú. Ok. ¿Y qué significa eso? What does that mean?
The King's Day is the day of big excitement.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know this word después.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Uh,
sure we've given it to you. Do you have a guess?
big.
Sorry? I don't know. I didn't
uh,
hear you.
uh,
It's a
no.
time stamp, so I'll give you a hint. It could be before, during, or after. You could choose which one you think it is.
Okay. After the
After.
day
Eso es. Ujú.
the
Muy bien.
Christmas ends.
Yeah, after this day, Christmas is over. Christmas ends. Bien hecho. Okay, we did it. Lo hicimos. If you want to, this video is really great. It's about the differences between Mexico and Spain with King's Day, all coming from the same tradition. And yeah, hay un Quizlet de esto? There's a Quizlet for you to review with the vocab terms. You're welcome to do. ¿Alguien tiene alguna pregunta? Does anybody have a question about lo que leímos? No? Yeah, it's funny. One thing I'll add to this is, as I said, Christmas is also celebrated here, and they do take on kind of the international inspiration of Santa. So the Spanish children will get gifts on both Christmas and King's Day. So typically they'll get the useful presents on Christmas, cosas como calcetines, socks, ropa interior, underwear, um,
Mm.
cosas para los estudios, lápices, por ejemplo, school supplies, pencils, pens, and then Reyes es para la diversión. King's Day is for the
Mm.
fun stuff, juguetes, toys, no sé qué más, tecnología puede ser, technology, animales de peluche, stuffed animals, all that fun stuff.
Luce.
Animales de peluche, I can put that in the chat. Los animales de peluche are stuffed animals. ¿Otras preguntas? Any other questions?
Not a question. Muy interesante.
Sí,
Gracias.
de nada, de nada. Do any of you have familiarity with some of these traditions or have heard of any of them before? They sound similar to ones that you know? See, Bobby, did you know about Spanish King's Day or Mexican or something similar?
I had just heard about the whole cake with the baby in it thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it fascinating because um, my other job is in tourism and I work mostly with New Orleans and I didn't know too much about it before I started and we're setting up stuff for having the tourists get the king cake and New Orleans has history of Spanish occupation, so it makes sense, but it's just funny to see something so traditionally, from here in Spain end up somewhere like New Orleans. And they do the same thing. You cut into it and there's a little baby Jesus figurine, maybe a choking hazard, but it's tradition. So any other comments, comentarios, Wendy?
I just realized when we were talking about atole that
Mm-hmm.
from the basket that I got.
Did you? Ay, lo tienes. Voy a
Oh,
ponerte en el
sorry.
foco. I'm
Yeah.
going to put you on the
I
big
don't know. It's hard
screen.
to see, but anyway, different colors.
Oh, maravilloso, maravilloso.
Strawberry, cocoa, corn, maize, and vanilla.
Okay, well, Wendy, tienes tarea, entonces, you have homework now. Lo tienes
Yes.
que probar para decirnos qué opinas. You need to try it to let us know what you think. Como digo, as I say, I'm not la experta en la única. En la única, la profe Débora es la de México y yo soy de España y Sudamérica. So I'm more Spain and South America. So sometimes these Mexican traditions are new for me too, and it's exciting para mí aprender de eso. Scott, ¿tenías un comentario? No? Oh,
Nope.
no? Okay, pensé que sí. All right. Well, I'm just going to pull up real quick, if I can find it, my document about the G pronunciación, the G pronunciation. I'll just show it to you quickly and then I'll end a little bit early. Oh, not early. We're already at the end of time. I will send it to you. Se los envío. I'll send it to you. I'm a little off my timing today with three different time zones going on and trying to figure out lo que está pasando. Seba, do you have a question?
Yes, the question that I wanted to ask like a long time ago, but it's connected to like G diphthongs. Uh, how uh, how common are the umlauts in Spanish?
Poco común, pretty uncommon, but there are common words that have them. So one, for example, is pingüino with the two dots over the U, penguin, el pingüino. Another one is paragüitas, paragüitas, which is like the cute term for umbrella, little umbrella. Paragüitas with the umlaut over the U. Um, Not too many other standout words that I can think of that are everyday terms. So, in short, it's not that common to see the U with the double dots over it, the umlaut, but it does exist in certain vocabulary terms, and the sound it makes is gwe or gui. So imagine it makes the W sound. I will send you that document with all the different G pronunciations in the recap. And if you have any questions about it, we can talk in la próxima clase. Sounds like everyone needs a review of the mysterious Spanish G. So we can do that together. All right. Pues que tengan una buena semana. Have a nice week. Agradezco otra vez verlos en clase. I'm very grateful once again that you all came today. Um, the change of schedule I know doesn't work for everyone, but I'm glad for me, ending here at 2 a.m., that I got to see you all and that it wasn't en vano, not in vain. So, muchas gracias. Thank you very much y nos vemos el próximo miércoles. We'll see you next Wednesday. Adiós.
Gracias. Adiós.